I think it's time to do something, and we all know what we're talking about right now. It's PR time. So over this, we're gonna do the Snapchat Q&A. If you guys saw my Snap yesterday, add me right here. I asked people to do, and I posted on Instagram too, send me questions on Snap. Let's get to it. How to build a stronger foundation for a squat. That is Max Everington. I'm gonna say time, and that's probably not a very popular answer, but you've gotta be squatting for a long time. Erin Marie, 831. Any advice for girls who struggle with self-esteem because they don't look as lean as they want to, or not even close to as lean as their role models on Instagram? When you see someone on Instagram and you just see an image, and it's maybe some ripped dude or some like super lean girl with a perfect butt and great chest or whatever, you're seeing them at that moment in time. You don't know how long they have worked to get to that point, the sacrifice over years they've put in to get to that point. And also, you don't know whether the photo has been photoshopped, which there are photos that are photoshopped on Instagram where you'd never be able to tell. You don't know the type of camera that was used, guys. Seeing stuff on Instagram, it's not the whole truth. It's not even half the truth. Don't compare, and this is, I've heard many people say this, but don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 100. It's not fair on yourself, for your own psyche, to compare yourself to someone who's been in the gym and knows dieting and nutrition and has been through it for years and years and years. It's not fair on yourself. You can look to them to be inspired and maybe learn something from them, but comparing yourself to them and then getting down on yourself because you feel inadequate, nothing good will come from that. So I would say take everything you see on Instagram with a grain of salt, to be honest. During the PE science shoot in my last video, the photographers were like, they wanted me to take a couple scoops of Prolific, so I did 2 scoops, and they were like, okay, we'll do the exact same thing again. Like they were doing the same take, so I ended up taking like 4 scoops of Prolific in my last video during that leg day. So I was feeling good, but today we're only doing 2. Even though we're going for PR, even though, only 2. Is it hard to find clothes that fit well? What stores do you shop at, like your style? Thank you, Taylor Schult. Yeah, it is hard to find clothes that fit me well, and it's just like a per item basis. I always try on clothes now at this point, because sometimes literally a medium could fit me in one store and sometimes nothing fits me but an XL. Stores that I like to shop at are Banana Republic, J. Crew. I like to shop at Zara. I like to shop at Nordstrom Rack. I like to shop at Urban Outfitters. Not like these are chain stores that pretty much everyone knows. Favorite muscle group to train from Alexis? God, this changes a lot, but I really like back day. Back day is so fun for me. I feel like I have a strong back, and usually people like what they're strongest at, so I would say back.
When was the last time you cried?
I think I shed like a little tear at my brother's wedding, just like a little one, but I didn't let anyone see it. And that was like 3 months ago, so like 3 months ago. Real men cry.
What are tips for someone that wants to start losing weight?
What are tips for someone that wants to start losing weight? That's a freaking awesome question. Calories are king. Calories. Pay attention to your calories, and then just on an easier level, if you're not into counting calories, which I think everyone should be, but less processed foods, more fruits, more vegetables, way more vegetables, lean sources of meat, chicken, turkey. Give some insights on how you were able to get with Amanda. I commented on all of her YouTube videos until I could get her attention. That's the honest goodness truth. You said recently you do a leg day, then a push day. What do you mean by push day? From Tori. That's a great question. Push, chest day is chest and shoulders and tricep because it's pushing motions. And then a pull day is back and biceps because when you're doing a back day, you're usually doing rows, pulling motion, pull downs, So that's where push and pull comes into play. That's a great question because I was confused at that when I first learned about it. Any secrets to cook chickens? Mine always gets dry. Yes, if you're cooking on the stovetop, which I like to do, well, first off, I don't really like using chicken breasts too much. I avoid that if I can. If I'm gonna cook chicken breasts, I don't do it on the stovetop. I do it in the oven. I bake it and I use oil, just a little bit. I feel that keeps it juicier. What you can also do to keep chicken moist if you're doing breasts or tenderloins is you can put the chicken in a huge bag of water with salt in it for like half an hour before you cook it, and that'll help keep the moisture in when you actually cook the chicken.
Low bar or high bar squat? What's better for your legs? Who's good seeing you at the Arnold?
They're both good for your legs. The high bar squat just hits your quads a bit more and your core, I would say. At least I feel it more in my core when I'm high bar squatting. Low bar is more for your posterior chain, for your hamstrings, even your back. I don't think one is better than the other necessarily. It just hits different parts of your leg. E-Bomb 1.0. I'm hoping to become a spokesperson for an athletic organization like bodybuilding.com. How would I start to get in that direction to be a spokesperson? Put yourself out there. Post on social media all the time and post quality content and try to figure out what your audience wants to learn about. Obviously, it's related to fitness, so post about things that people want to know about. And I guess just have quality content and be consistent with it. Use YouTube, use Snapchat, use Instagram, use Facebook, use all of it. Jamie, are you gonna move to LA? Are you gonna be an accountant forever? Where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? Nick, just wondering what you do to get your squat and your deadlift up. Be consistent over the years when you're squatting and you're deadlifting. Track your workouts and monitor your progress. I've used many different apps over the years, but currently I use the Strong app. Kendon, how do you push through the hard times when it seems like things will never change or get better? You have to have a strong reason why you're doing what you're doing, and you have to have a goal to begin with. If you don't have a goal to begin with, you're kind of just, for example, going into the gym like we're talking about, so you're kind of just walking in there, oh, I guess I'll do back today, oh, I guess I'll do, no, don't do it like that. Set a goal for yourself, have a split for yourself, have a certain amount of leanness you want to achieve, have a certain amount of muscle you want to gain. Specify those goals for yourself. White Monster or sugar-free Red Bull? I used to drink a lot in college with sugar-free Red Bull, and now I almost can't drink it, so definitely White Monster. What supplements do you take? Currently, I use all P Science products. I did a supplements video, but I take whey protein, I take pre-workout, I take pretty much all the staples, BCAAs. Will you be at the Olympia this year with your P Science or Amanda perhaps? BTW, thank you. I will be at the Olympia this year. Have you ever ripped a shirt from flexing too hard? I've ripped many elbows in my dress shirts for work, so I guess kind of. How do you get to hang with such lit guys like Travis? P Science, baby, I'm lucky. Meek, have you ever taken a long break from the gym because of school, work, mentality, injuries? A long break from the gym. I don't know what qualifies a long break from the gym, but I can say since I started lifting, which is before college, I've never taken more than 2 weeks off of the gym ever. And if I did, I think I've taken a week off of the gym, but nothing more than that. And it was probably because I was sick. How do you stay very lean and big all year round? From monitoring my diet very closely and hitting the gym almost every day for like 8 years. What is your biggest goal for your future in fitness? To cut through complexity when it comes to attaining the body of your dreams and showing everyday people that it is possible to fit fitness in your everyday life. Fit that fitness! How do you deal with cravings when you're trying to stay in shape? I've had a big ice cream and pancakes craving, but trying to avoid it. I would say drink water is one thing that helps me avoid cravings, because often when I think I'm hungry, I'm actually just thirsty. So drink like 16, 24 ounces of water. That's what I do. And then if you're still craving it and you can't get it off your mind like all day, have a little bit of it. Don't go overboard, but give yourself some. Reward yourself a little bit, and it's okay to want that stuff and have that stuff, honestly. How do you know what your macros should be? Trial and error. Happened for me for trial and error. Where did you go to college? West Virginia University. What creatine do you use and when do you take it? Thank you. I use P Science True Creatine. I take it after every single one of my workouts.